Well, it's time for another episode of the Nailsin Ratings. And yes, it's gonna be another one on Doctor Who. And that's because, they've released the image of the new Doctor, the upcoming, the 13th Doctor, they're calling her. Even though, if you follow the story, she's actually the 14th. But that's another story. So they released her outfit, and the outfit of the Doctor is very distinctive to the show. It speaks to the style and character and personality of the particular Doctors. Some are more costumey than others. And recently, most of them hadn't been all that costumey, but in the past, they went from one extreme to the other. But anyway, here she is with her outfit that she'll appear in to begin with. Anyway, it's important to keep in mind, especially if you really hate this one, and a lot of people online do, nanu and all that. But this is an outfit that a woman could get away with. I don't think a man would look really ridiculous in it, but I think she'll be able to pull this off. And also keep in mind that the Doctor is capable of changing clothes. It's just the style and look will remain the same. So one of the aspects of the outfit will be the standard. I'm going to guess it's the coat. The Doctor is quite fond of long coats. That comes and goes from the different Doctors, but it keeps recurring. And so I'm guessing that'll be hopefully not the pants. That's the worst part, in my opinion. Not a big fan of high waters. But again, I think she can probably pull that off. Had my own ideas. I fooled around in Photoshop and some drawings about what it could be. Some of mine I thought were better, but we're going to go, of course, with what they want. And this is how she'll look. But again, she can change her clothes. Maybe the pants will change and the coat will be standard for the Doctor. An interesting note was the TARDIS will look a little different. There had been mention that the interior control room would get a whole new makeover and look, and I'm hoping it'll look more like it originally did. I like the look they gave to the War Doctor's TARDIS in the anniversary special, and I kind of wish they would adopt that. But also the outside is looking closer to the TARDIS as I remember it, because when I got into Doctor Who as a kid, it was Tom Baker, and that's, it was that black plaque on the door rather than the white one, even though that's what it originally looked like when the show started. But I just like the look, and so it's it's not that big of a deal, but it's interesting to me. Over the years, they had the different outfits, and they can change from some time to time. But like the first two Doctors, their outfits are pretty much the same. It's just the approach to them, whereas Hartnell was all very proper and buttoned down and everything, whereas Troughton was a bit of a slob and didn't really take care of it. But I mean, when you look at the two of them, you can pretty much see that they probably, at the very least, are wearing the same coat. Then the big shift comes with Pertwee and his smoking jacket and ruffled shirt and all that. And it was really costumey looking, especially when he was wearing the capes. But he didn't always do that. So there again you go, you see, it's already established that the Doctor's not obsessed with having a certain look be constantly the same. It's just a certain style that appeals to him. Or her in this case. And then, of course, Tom Baker. But Tom Baker, the scarf was the big signature there, but the rest of the clothes changed all the time until the very end of his last season there, where he's stuck in that maroon disaster. And no surprise, he bailed out. Poor Peter Davison was stuck in the yellow outfit for the cricket design, which wasn't a bad idea. But the cricket guys, I think when they had their ceremonies or awards or whatever, they got those the jackets they wear, but not these long trench coat things. So that's just a makeup Halloween outfit basically. But it pales in comparison of audacity and absurdity to his successor, poor Colin Baker, stuck in a clown outfit, and boy, we can. That's a whole other story about how Colin Baker got kind of ripped off by Doctor Who. But there's some justice for him when he does some excellent episodes for the Big Finish audio dramas, and you should do yourself a favor and check those out. Now, the costumey nature came to an end more or less with Sylvester McCoy, because his outfit is not nearly as absurd as the other 2 or 3. It's very simple. He still has the stupid question marks and everything in there that was just a John Nathan Turner thing. It's the Doctor, not the Riddler. But there it was. But still, becoming a little bit more sane as far as the outfits go. And then, of course, Paul McGann had the, they wanted to get back to that, what is it, the Edwardian coat or what have you. I actually would think it was like an Old West outfit, because it was a literal costume, because in the story he steals a costume at a costume party and that becomes his outfit. Whatever. War Doctor, the transitional to Christopher Eccleston, who clearly has the most minimalist Doctor Who outfit ever. And it fit in with the character, considering he was still a bit damaged from the Time War and wasn't quite himself yet. And then he becomes David Tennant, and then you get more of the, eccentric looking outfit with this ridiculous long coat, simple tennis shoes, and a suit. But there again, the suit, he would have a blue one, sometimes he'd have a brown one. The man knew how to change his clothes. And the same with Matt Smith. He had the simple kind of nerdy looking outfit with his bow tie. The bow tie was supposed to be the big deal with him, but then eventually he had the more fancier outfit later. And then Capaldi, of course, the coat was the mainstay, but even that changed from time to time. Just the style remained, but was constantly, again, changing his clothes. But he favored black. So if you're worried about Miss Whittaker's outfit, there's hope that it will change over time. Just the basic style will stay, and like I said, probably the coat will be the standard thing that remains, where other aspects, shirt, pants, all that, changes over time. And remember, it could be worse. It could have been really bad. But hopefully that'll never happen again. And of course, nothing too ridiculous. So hopefully the goofiness of it, eccentricities and what have you, gives me hope that they will deal with the transition here. Whereas you have a Doctor who's never been a woman before and suddenly is, and has to learn how to deal with that. And we can imagine that Missy went through something similar, but we never saw it. That the regeneration was off camera. But here with the Doctor, and I don't care what stupid little shoehorned lines they threw in and made Capaldi say about, maybe I was a girl then, I can't remember. No, you weren't. Even within the New Who series, you have Matt Smith's Doctor saying, well, this is it, I'm the last one, you only have 12 regenerations, so this is it, I'm gonna die. Oh, well, then, Clara, please, Time Lord, save him, and so they do, and he gets a new cycle of regeneration. But it was establishing there that this was it, and he was done. So that means William Hartnell, even in this new universe of Who, was the original. He was born the William Hartnell version. He grew up, got old, and regenerated in the Troughton, and the rest is the rest of the story. So, with the new cycle, this is the first time that the Doctors had to go through this, and in the first few episodes, it would be a good of them to display that difficulty of the Doctor getting used to the new form, and hopefully he'll have a female companion to help her out with that, and so on. So I wish Bill had stayed on, because she needed someone who knows this, because to watch the regeneration happen and to understand what's going on, or some understanding anyway, and then help out the new Doctor. But instead, she's going to be alone with a bunch of strangers who probably won't even know that she used to be a man. But anyway, the outfit, I'm not crazy about it, but it doesn't bug me, and I'm not irritated by it. I don't care, really. Again, I think it fits that a woman could pull this outfit off more than a man could. It would be even more absurd with a man, primarily just because of the high water pants. But yeah, the nanu thing is going to keep coming up. So, like I said, hopefully there'll be a few changes as time goes on. But anyway, I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. And hopefully it's a sign of some aspects of how they can handle this. But I'm dubious based on how bad most of the shows have been over the years here since 2005. There's some good ones here and there, and this past season was probably one of the best for Capaldi, who in my opinion was the best of the new Doctors. But he also had the worst of the Doctor Who shows because the writing is really poor, lazy, and bad. So that going forward, I feel kind of sorry for Miss Whittaker because it's not her fault. Just like I don't blame Capaldi for some of the failings of his Doctor Who series. But with the same crew and the same ideas and whatnot and pursuits, I'm dubious on that. But right off the bat, the costume is not something to worry about. So again, 3 out of 5 stars for the new Doctor Who outfit.